Hello to everyone taking their lunch break, watching a YouTube video, or maybe you're drinking your morning coffee and bagel. Whatever you're doing, maybe you're on the toilet. I don't know. Thanks for clicking. Thanks for watching. Before I do anything, hit subscribe. Takes a second. It's free. Boom. You already did it. You already did it. You already like me. I can tell. We got a vibe together. Appreciate it. Anyways, we got a pair of what I would call high heat today. Not low heat. We got a pair of high heat, very coveted, limited, semi-limited. A lot of people wanted these. So I am very fortunate, lucky, stoked, all of the adjectives to have these. Cop them for retail from Kingswell in Los Angeles. They had a raffle, multi-day raffle. Go in store, go get a ticket, and on top of it, I kind of don't like when they do this. You know, people who make the effort to go get an in-store raffle ticket, they then had an online raffle late at night, half-hour window. You got to fill out a quiz, so it's not the easiest thing in the world. I missed it. You could have entered another time online. I missed it, but I'm not mad because I actually hit. So super stoked. Shouts to Kingswell. While I was there picking up the shoes, the sneakers, I bought this pair of socks, fire pair of socks, kind of like, you know, the Dodger logo vibes there. Try to support your skate shop when you can, especially if you catch a W like this. They don't see any money from, like, if you happen to resell these. I'm not reselling these, but if you were a reseller, they don't get any of that money. So try to support your local skate shop. Shouts to them. Let's unveil these things, these bad boys, if you will. You see the flight, the Jumpman logo, the flight logo, and you already know what they are from the title, the description, the thumbnail. We got the Jordan Nike SB. Look at the double branding, dual logos. The Air Jordan 4 Retro SP, SP4 Special Projects. I now found that out. Special Projects in sail white pine green. And I got these in size 11.5. That's my size. As you see, the two brands there, both under the same corporate umbrella, but different business units. There is Jordan brand, it's one part of Nike. There's Nike, the other side, and then Nike SB is kind of underneath probably Nike. I don't know if it's its own separate business unit, but anyways, this is a Jordan silhouette, but a collaboration with their own in-company brand, Nike SB. Yeah. One quick thing before I get into these. Subscribe again, plug that again. Subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that. Do unboxings, mainly low heat unboxings, but occasionally we get lucky like this. And I understand both sides of the coin here. I don't get seated anything. I don't have enough money to pay for retail or resale prices a lot of the time. But I understand missing out on raffles. I feel the pain on that a lot of the time, most of the time. But I enter enough and I try enough that I also sometimes get lucky with a W. I've paid resale for those 85 natural gray Jordan 1 highs. I've paid resale for those 85 black and white Jordan 1 highs. I enter so many raffles. Every Travis Scott thing, you know, I enter a million raffles. So I take L's all day long. So I can feel I'm there with the salty crew for taking so many L's. But you know, I do put in the minimum effort. So for anyone who's like complains too much online about like always taking L's, being super cynical, they're all bots. Tons of them are bots, but you do the bare minimum of entering the online raffles. That doesn't take much time. I do that. I drove down for a ticket. I didn't stand in line overnight. I'm not going to say that. I didn't camp out. But, you know, LA traffic, that was a 2-hour round trip to get a raffle ticket. So, you know, I feel everyone in the comments when they're super salty and not getting things, but at the same time, if you didn't put in, I don't know what effort they put in. If you don't put in the bare minimum, you know, I don't feel all that bad for you. I entered so many raffles for these, and this was my only W. So I took a lot of L's, but you know what? I drove, you know, I did that 2.5-hour round trip in LA to get one raffle ticket on a hope and a prayer, and it turned out. They called me. I happened to answer. Like, I knew to answer sus numbers that I didn't have. And lo and behold, it wasn't, you know, a telemarketer. So, all right. Rant over. Do the bare minimum, but I still feel you for all the L's. But I don't feel you. I'm not with you if you don't do anything. and you just enter a sneakers raffle, the sneakers app, and you take an L. I mean, that, of course that's going to happen. What did you expect? So we got, as you saw, the cream box, double branding, kind of your standard 4 box there. Inside, nothing inside, just all gray. And here you got the speckled paper, speckled cement paper. Oof, there they are. Now, I wanted these so bad. The SB is a bonus. And some of the things they changed, we'll get into that in a second. Keep watching. I'll try these on. I'll give them a rating. We'll do all that stuff. I'll point out all the different features, which you already know from all the other videos, so I appreciate you watching mine. I'm going to go over some more stuff and the prices and that. So now that you've seen them, don't click off. But back to what I was starting. I would have copped these if this was just a normal Jordan 4. Like, I just like this colorway, this kind of military color blocking. Like, we had the military blacks. I was lucky enough to get those. Check that unboxing out. I knew this was coming out, and I knew potentially eventually a military blue Jordan 4 Retro will come out. So I did sell those military black ones knowing, well, I'm not rich and I don't have infinite space. So I did sell those in anticipation of trying to go for these and eventually down the road, the military blue 4s. But if this was just a normal, just a release, I would have tried to get these. If they had a Nike Air on the back, I would have totally 100%. It's just it's icing on the cake that it's a Nike SB collab. But I just love this colorway. Now you may ask, well, did you go for the metallic green Jordan 4s? No, I didn't. There's 4 colorways. I just, at that time, I didn't feel like I needed those. I didn't love them. I really like this. This I feel has more green on them, maybe not, than those metallic Jordan 4s. The metallic line. This to me is more special too because of the Nike SB collab or partnership. So I felt these were more special. Yeah. Let's pull out the other shoe really quick before we get into all the details. So no extra laces, unfortunately. No extra laces. That's kind of a bummer. I would have liked to see a green pair of laces and a red pair of laces. I think that would have been dope, for sure. But no such luck there. Now, they did a sneakers live show on the sneakers app where one of the designers came on, talked to the guys, the hosts, about this, and Eric Costin was on too, and they talked about the designing the shoe, coming up with a shoe, testing the shoe. And so I wish they would archive those or put those up so people could watch. From what I'm aware of, you can't watch them really afterwards. You got to find someone who recorded it. So that's kind of a bummer. If you know something different than I do, let the people know in the comments. There is a clip though that SB or Nothing, the Instagram account, they put up where they talk about the differences between this and a regular Jordan 4. Here I got the black cement, as these were originally called. I just learned that kind of. People call them the bread 4s, but the black cement 4s. Lucky enough to have these. I really need to wear these. I haven't undead stocked them. These have really crept in price. Now there's rumors that there might be a reimagined version of these coming out. This price will dip. I should really wear these or cash out on these. But yeah, these came out in 2019. But here, I have them here for some little comparison differences. This is like suede nubuck upper. This is like a regular grain leather upper, and it's definitely plush. It's very soft, and they talked about this, making this more soft to be flexible for skating. You have a suede toe cap here around the mud guard. Pretty thick. I am currently wearing the Union Jordan 4s, and this is a super thick cut of suede. I think it's either equal or maybe even a little thicker than that cut of suede. They put suede here to be more durable for, kick flips and stuff, flick tricks. There's just a nubuck suede would rip up pretty quickly on the grip tape on a board. So they use suede here for a little bit more durability, and then that grain leather as a kind of a protection layer. And like I said, it's kind of similar to these Union Jordan 4s with that suede leather. That suede's super thick though. They didn't use leather all around. That's like, you know, mesh, nylon, or some sort of synthetic upper right there on the toe box. So they could afford to spend, I think, more on a thicker suede and keep the retail price the same. Here, maybe this is slightly thinner. Anyways, you don't care. What are the other differences? These, the eye stays, these are rubber compared to the plastic. This is definitely like, I think, TPU type plastic on the eye stays here. These are actually more pliable than I remember, than I thought. They are a little bit more malleable. These are more plastic on the Unions. This is actually more bendable than I remember. These for sure, though, super bendy, rubbery, flexible. I wonder how much they'll hold up, actually. They said in the video more durable. I don't know, though. This could break or rip pretty easily, I think. But I do think overall this is probably better for skating. I'm not a skate expert. You know, I paddle a lot around on the board. I used to skate in high school, but I'm by no means a skateboarder. So take my opinion with a grain of salt. The main thing that they pointed out, other than the stylistic differences, like the aesthetic differences, we'll get into that later. I mean, the obvious is the Nike SB on the logo compared to Nike Air. Really sweet switch up though. I love that. Doing the Nike, the logo lock up kind of like Nike Air, but the Nike SB logo on the heel tab. The main thing they were talking about is this midsole. This midsole is supposed to be softer, so therefore more flexible and bendy. But when you do that, it seems pretty firm to me. I can't really bend it all that much, but they claim that this midsole is softer than a normal Jordan 4 midsole. This is pretty stiff too. I tried doing this ahead of the video, not to crease, but like that is pretty stiff. Like, I'm not trying my hardest here, but I'm putting force and it's not bending. Same with here. Maybe I can feel it's a little bit more bendy. So they said that. Then you got the gum toe and the gum heel on the outsole for more grip when doing tricks, pushing, skating, gripping the board. So there's that as well. Those are the main, I think, skate differences. There's more padding on the tongue and the ankle than your Jordan. Yeah, I'll take this thing out, the cardboard out. Maybe slightly more. I think it's actually probably okay. It's a little thicker on the SB version, a little bit, but not crazy. And the tongue is a little thicker, but we're talking like millimeters here. Okay, you can notice it, but I don't think it's crazy big difference. It is a difference though. Should be called out. Should be pointed out. There, I did it. But now onto the design things. Like we already went over, there's Nike SB in the back instead of either the Jumpman logo or the Nike Air. I think that's cool. You got Nike SB/Air on the inside, on the insole. That's dope. Really love, personally, going back to the colorway, love pine green, love white shoes, love gum rubber, and just hits of red. I mean, chef's kiss. Red insole, like I said, I'm mainly into like true retros, OG colorways. Hence why I still have this, even though I haven't worn it yet. Just I'm big into the retro colorways, especially ones that I like. Like the white cement 4s and the fire red 4s, not as big into, even though they are retro colorways. I got the red cements. I already sold those just because to me they looked a little, I don't know, they look a little cheap to me. They look a little Foot Locker-ish. So I sold those, but I kept these. And I really want the military blues. So those are the key points for me. Are they retros and do I like the colorway? And this, not a retro, of course, but really, really like the colorway. So really, really like the pine green and the white. It doesn't get much better than that. Again, I wish it kind of had some different laces. Kind of surprised. If they're not going to throw in laces, they didn't do kind of the tube laces, the oval laces that SB skate shoes get, because this We'll tear through these pretty easily, but you can swap out the laces on your own, I suppose. These did retail for $225. That is pretty steep with taxes in California. Man, 9.5% tax, sales tax is pretty steep, but I think these are great. Right now, resale on these are going for like so retail is $225. I think resale is going for like $425. So almost 200 more. Of course, if you buy from a resale platform, you might be, the total is going to put you close to 500. And if you sell these, of course, you're probably going to get under 400 once fees and all your time and shipping are factored in. So let's put these on. Really, really like these. Now, the inspiration for these, I think I kind of skipped over that. They talked about this in that Sneakers Live as well. There's a great wear tester video too from Chris. Check that video out as well. They in the Sneakers Live video, these are the inspiration for choosing a 4 is partly, in part, Eric Costin really wanted to do like a 2 through 5 or be on the design team helping do a Nike SB Jordan 2 through 5, and he was this isn't his signature shoe, but he's part of like the Nike SB creative team. A part of it is Sandy Bodecker, who helped start the Nike SB unit. He was a wear tester. I mean, he was with Nike back in the 80s, and he actually helped Tinker Hatfield on the 4. They showed some old sketches. You can see right here, it says facts to Sandy Bodecker. So Nike SB not only stands for skateboarding, Nike skateboarding, but kind of a inside wink and a nod to Sandy Bodecker's initials. Kind of a 2-for-1 branding there. Anyways, Sandy helped I'm rambling here, sorry. Sandy Bodecker, founder of the Nike SB line, worked on the Jordan 4. So that's a cool little tidbit. If you didn't know, I think a lot of you knew. But if you didn't know, now you know. All right, let's try these on. I like the Union 4s. The 4 as a whole, as a shoe, the Jordan 4 to me is not comfortable. I do not find Jordan 4s comfortable if I have to do any standing for more than 5 minutes. I do not find these comfortable. The midsole and the outsole are just too hard for me. The platform just is not comfortable. There's not a lot of cushioning, in my opinion. I do not find Jordan 4s comfortable. Also why I'm stoked about these, because theoretically, as people have said, these are a little bit more comfortable, more pliable midsole. Hopefully that means more comfortable experience. Again, Chris from the Wear Testers channel pulled out the insole. I forgot if there's a Zoom Air unit in there. I don't think there is, but usually there's like Zoom Air in insoles in the SBs. But that's because Dunks typically don't have an air unit. These have an air unit, so maybe that's why they don't need a Zoom Air insole. That would be my thought. I went to the Lakers game the other night against the Mavs. The Mavs beat them in a buzzer beater. I wore the Amamanier Jordan 12s. Did an unboxing video on that. But it was St. Patrick's Day night. I would have loved to have these, but I picked these up just, a day later, unfortunately, today, Saturday. But these would have been a great St. Patrick's Day shoe. I really hope, I know these are wanted by everyone, so those who really, really wanted these, I hope a lot of you got them. I know demand is going to way outstrip supply on these, but okay. Right off rip, the cushioning inside, I can feel it. There's more of it than like these, and it feels more comfortable on the upper of my feet. So there's one thing. I'll give it a slight stand. Okay, this isn't all my weight. This is literally the first step I've put into it. I can't really tell if it's more comfortable. It seems mildly more comfortable to stand in. I don't think anything crazy though. Like, I think these will still, me personally wouldn't want to stand in these all day. If I had a standing desk at work, or if I had a job that required standing, if I was like working in retail, or hospitality and you got to stand the majority of your day, or if you're on like a factory line or your food service industry and you're standing, I don't think this would not be the play for me wearing these. Even with them being slightly more comfortable, Jordan 4s just, they ain't it. But from what you've seen on camera so far, this minute of having my feet in them, I do think they are slightly more comfortable than a normal Jordan 4. So that's nice. We went from a 3 in comfort up to a 4. So that's nice. Also, this back tab is rubber, which I think a lot of people appreciate. This is a little bit more, whatever that is, that plastic can dig in, can be annoying. And this, you can already see my Achilles touching there. I don't feel it at all. So that's that. A little bit more floppy and flimsy, but that is nice. The leather is very, very smooth, very soft. Sometimes people automatically assume that this means it's like premium leather. I don't know if this was premium per se, but it's definitely soft. I don't know how thick it is. You can kind of judge right there where it's sewn together how thick it is, but it's nice. It's very nice. $225 worth nice. I don't know, but I very much like the look of these on foot. A little bulky, a little skate shoe-esque. They also talked about how they changed here. Oh shoot, I already put these on. Damn it. I'll take one off. I'll keep one on. One other difference I forgot to point out that they talk about is, and I think that's why I like these too, is the toe box. It is more tapered for better control, board feel, and doing tricks. So these were really designed, first in the 80s for basketball, but they did as much as they could to take that silhouette, and they got 2 for 1 out of it. Not only did they try to return to the original shape in 88, 89 when these were made, but by returning to that original shape, they also made it more skate friendly. So this toe box, you can see it here. I don't know how well you can see it in that comparison shot, but it is more tapered, less boxy than this black cement 4. So there's that. Can you tell? That's better. I feel like rather than holding them over each other, you can actually tell better by just holding one up after the other. There. Yeah, this is definitely more boxy. This is more a sloped, tapered look, a smaller toe box there, height-wise, at the end. So you get better, if you skate at all, you get better board feel when you're doing tricks and stuff, having that smaller toe box. Get more control over everything with whatever you're doing with your foot, the end of your foot. So I think this is more in line. They were saying this is more in line with the original Jordan 4 shape that was released in the late 80s. And by doing so, like I said, helps with actual skating. So that's dope. The other thing, other than the Sandy Bodecker connection with the Jordan 4, is just back in the 80s, if you didn't know by now, skaters used Jordans to skate in. They used dunk highs, and Jordan 1s. Jordan 1s, the one difference between the two shoes, they had the same designer. They're very similar high-top basketball shoes, big swoosh, very similar. The Jordan 1s do have a lower profile, like a smaller midsole, which again goes into that more tapered toe box and more board feel. The Jordan 1 midsole and outsole are much more pliable, so that was good for skaters who didn't have any skate shoes at all. A little bit of ankle protection as well. There weren't skate shoes back then, and so Jordan 1s were very good for that. So there's a long history with Jordan brand and skating. So there, I think I covered it all. I love these. Not a true collaboration between brands, or I should say separate companies, but it is a collaboration between two brands within one company. Let's see here. Like let's say these were just a Jordan 4, but they slapped the Nike Air on the back, that'd be a high grade in this colorway. Gum sole rubber, that'd be a high grade. I think we're already in the 8.25 range there. But you're telling, you know, you start adding in the nicer materials. This is nice. Seems a little bit more cushiony on the inside. You're telling me this is more bendy. I'll be the judge of that eventually. More comfortable back tabs. The different shape, taper, the history behind this kind of collaboration in Sandy Bodecker. The Nike SB on the heel, which is unique. You don't find that at all yet. This is the first time it's been done. I think these get a 9. I think these get a 9 out of 10. I don't know if I want to go above a 9. They don't have extra laces. But I love the mix of materials here between the suede leather, the gum rubber here, but the white outsole, the red hits. Really like these. So I think I'm giving these a 9 out of 10. I would like to know what you guys think of these in the comments. I would appreciate that. Drop a comment, drop a like, drop a subscribe. And yeah, 9 out of 10 on these. Shouts to the team. It was really good info on that Sneakers Live. Check out the Wear Testers video too. That was a great unboxing video, or review video, I should say. And yeah, more reviews, unboxings coming up soon. Please subscribe so you don't miss any of those. Peace. Shouts to Kingswell too.